Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a fun pumpkin inspired look, and yeah, I'm really excited to get started. So we're going to start with foundation today, which I normally do eyes first, but today we're going to do foundation. I'm using the Ritual Defee their Potion foundation, their three drop weightless serum foundation. I'm going to shake it up first because I have noticed that it will separate on me. And then we'll get a couple drops of that and spread it around. I just got this recently. Ritual Defee had a sale and I picked this up during Memorial Day. So I've only tried it a couple of times and I haven't done a wear test with it yet. So today I'm gonna see how long it actually wears for. Next, we're going to go in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. Just going to apply a little bit. The Ritual Defee foundation applied really well. I do have incredibly dry skin, and that is only made worse because I'm taking acne medication right now, so it's even more dry than normal. So it is sticking to some of the patches of my skin that are like very dry, but they are kind of like dry, peely sort of thing. So I don't necessarily fault a foundation for sticking to that, but just so that you're aware if you have a similar skin type to me. And I do feel like the serum foundation is not particularly glowy, but once again, I have dry skin, so on me it feels like kind of satin. It doesn't feel super matte, but it also doesn't really feel glowy. I'm just taking whatever concealer is left and highlighting a little bit with it because that concealer is definitely lighter than my skin and I enjoy a more highlighted effect. Okay, so that's what our base is looking like. I am going to go in with blush. I also picked up in that same order the Ritual Defee blush in the shade Wasp, which is this pretty yellow. And I feel like this is going to go really well with this pumpkin look. I'm just going to apply the Wasp shade kind of on the apples of the cheeks. And then I'm actually going to go in with a different blush for the parts of my cheeks that are kind of further back. And I am going to bring it onto my nose as well. All right, so that's what that is looking like. I'm going to pop into my Hourglass palette. This is from last year, and I got the butterfly packaging, but the inside is the darkest palette. So it does have this kind of orange blush here, and it's just like orange blush with a light sheen to it. So that's kind of how that looks. Any orange blush will do. Because the pans are so small, I am going to reach in with a pretty small brush. And I'm very lightly approaching this because these are pigmented and I haven't set my base down at all. So what I'm doing is hitting the outside of the cheekbone and then kind of going under. And I'm going to try to blend between that yellow and the orange and then go up with kind of like a draping technique. And I'm just going to try to blend the shades a little bit where they meet. And that's what it's looking like now that everything's all blended out. We've got the yellow kind of in the middle and fading into that orange. Just tapping whatever's left on my brush on my nose, which isn't much. Okay, so that's how the cheeks are looking. We're also going to go in with highlighter and then we'll hop over and do the eyeshadow. Taking a very small highlighter brush, I'm popping into this Game Beauty, it's their green highlighter in the shade Dendro. It's just kind of a green shade. Mine did get hard pan, so just an FYI. That's how that's looking. I think we're really going to play with like yellow, orange, and green to hit the pumpkin colors. And a little bit down the nose. And over here. Okay, I'm loving how the base and the cheeks are looking. We're actually just going to go ahead and do the lips, and then we'll do eyeshadow last, I guess. Oh, sorry, this is the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Suzanne Watery Lip Tint in the shade 04, and it's just kind of this orange. Definitely like a dusty side orange. That is how the shade is looking. It looks really great with the blush and everything that we have going on. So let's start with the eyeshadow. I've pulled out a bunch of options of different oranges and some light greens. I think what I'm planning on doing is, this is the Game Beauty Adventure palette. I'm gonna pop into this light green shade here, and that's where we're gonna start this whole look. I'm gonna grab a Singe Beauty EO5. It's their small blending brush, because I do want a little more precision, as this is going to be an inner corner shade. And when picking out a shade for this look, I wanted a green that was quite warm toned, because generally I imagine a warm toned green with pumpkins, like the stems of pumpkins. And I did put on eyeshadow primer before I started to record this video, so that's what's creasing in my eyes right now. It's my eyeshadow primer that I'm just patting out the creases in. I wish that I'd had a green that was a little bit lighter than this, but I think that this will work just fine. So I'm putting the bulk of the color right in the inner corner and then blending out the rest a little bit over. Next, we're going to go into their Victory palette. It's got a couple of different oranges and yellows to pick from. I'm going to go for this kind of dusty yellow shade. I don't know if it's the right choice, but we're going to start here and figure out how we're transitioning over into orange. I'm not feeling like that was quite the right choice, so I'm just gonna make it even and pick a different color. So we're actually gonna go into Performance from the Bard palette. This palette's currently out of stock, but it is restocking very soon, possibly by the time that this video goes up. But if it's not already restocked, it's restocking incredibly soon. All right, and we're just gonna try to build that a little bit over that other shade and just try to change the tone of it so it's a bit more yellow. And I'm even gonna just, yeah, like that. With the same Bard palette, I'm gonna take the shade Enrapture, which is this beautiful orange matte, and place that into the crease. And this is the step where we're building the shape that we want the eye look to have on the outer corner. So we're trying to build like that little angled shape there. The eyes are looking like right now. We're gonna pop into the lower lash line and we're just gonna take Performance, that yellow, and Enrapture, the orange. Now I'm going to pop into Mythic, this kind of orange golden shade. It's super foiled and metallic. We're going to pop that on. And that's going to go on kind of the whole lid area. All right, so that's how that's looking. I'm going back into Enrapture, the orange, and placing it back over this shimmer shade to kind of reconnect it with the matte and just blending between the matte and the shimmer so it looks a little bit more seamless there. So I really want to add like a spicy kind of like green topper shade right over maybe the inner corner and maybe like the first third of the eyelid. So I'm going to go into the Druid palette and go in with the shade Balance. This is a great topper shade. It also is great on its own, but it layers very well over other things. And I feel like that'll just blend that corner together in between the green and the orange. And then I do want to go in with a smaller brush, something like this little kind of pencil brush, and try to get some of this on my inner corner as well. I don't want a whole lot, I just want like a little sparkle connecting over and maybe going down just a tiny bit onto the lower lash line. Kind of like that. So I love how this eye look looks. I'm very, very happy with it. And I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm taking the ColourPop Brow Gel in the shade Soft Black. Well, I was going to put a little bit of like a green sparkly gloss right on the middle part of my lips here. But I just looked and I can't find mine anywhere. So I have one, I use it a lot, and I don't know where it went, but so I'm gonna have to look for it later. But this is gonna be the final look for this video. I absolutely love how it came out. I definitely feel the pumpkin fall vibes, and I really love how fun and exciting this look is to me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like the video, feel free to like, subscribe, check out my other videos, check out my future videos, and I'll see you in another one. Bye!